first. I am Awinimi Isaac Adaprugu, co-lead for Kusaal community. And actually, I'm going to do the introduction for this training. I know someone will join later to continue. Our MC, I think she will also introduce herself. I don't know if we should go ahead with the training.
Some of us will join late, so.
Okay, so since we are the last group having our workshop today, so we can go ahead and do the introduction. My name is Jemima Entry, and I am the project lead for AfroCuration 2025. I have a team. I'm working with quite a number of team members, so I'm not the only one here. I have one of my colleagues on the call too. If she is around, she can also introduce herself. She's on the call with the name Global Open Initiative Foundation, but then we can move on when it gets to her turn. I believe she can introduce herself. All right, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so whoever is on to introduce his or her name for us. I'm sharing my screen so I can see everyone here.
Okay, let me help by calling out the names. I'm seeing Ruth Abuosi. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, please, I'm Ruth Abuosi from Garu, but currently in Ejumaku campus.
Good. Thank you so much, Ruth, and welcome to the Kusaal workshop, AfroCuration 2025. And I'm seeing Roger, Abande Roger. Sorry if I don't mention your name correctly. Please pardon me, but let me know if I mentioned it correctly. Roger Abande.
It's all right. It's actually Abande Roger.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Abande Roger Ndigo, and I'm from Binduri in the Upper East region.
Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you for joining. And Abugiri Atibila Francis, can we hear from you? Okay, so can we move to the next person? Dara Original.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Paula Dara, and my username is Dara Original from Dagari user group.
Great. Welcome, Dara. Welcome to Kusaal workshop. And Amarama Felicia. Felicia, you can introduce yourself since you've joined the call.
Okay. The name is Amarama Kelibata Felicia.
Okay.
From the group community. I wanted to say unit. I thought I was in Ejumaku. The Green community.
All right. Felicia, I see you. All right. Thank you so much, Felicia, for joining us. I think you've done so well for all the workshops you join and you listen. And it's good to do that because you learn a lot from others. And we have Winamzua. And sorry if I miss your name. But then I believe Winamzua, I know him. But the pronunciation of his name, I don't know if I got it correct.
I think it's man. I think it's man.
Okay, Williamza, are you there? Okay, can we move to the next person? Ernest, I'm seeing Ernest. Can you please introduce yourself? Yeah, Winamzwa, I can see your microphone is on. Can you please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I the only person?
You want me to introduce myself? I was my name
It seems your network is breaking. I don't know if it's for my end alone.
Yes, he's having a problem with the network. I don't know if maybe someone can go ahead to.
Okay, so can we move to the next person? Ernest, is Ernest there?
Yes,
Ernest, please
please.
All right.
My name is Ernest Awini Abogruin. I
Mhm.
student at Ajimako campus, pursuing bachelor in Kusaal with English.
Wow, good. Welcome, Ernest. Yeah, Principal Boy.
Okay. Can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to Kusaal Workshop AfroCuration 2025.
My name is called Alale Moses Mbawin, a student of UEW Ajimako campus.
All right, thank you so much, Principal Boy. And can we move to Heaven Gateman? I mentioned the name as I see it, which I know maybe it might not be your real name, but then that's what I'm seeing here. Heaven Gateman, are you there? Can you please introduce yourself?
All right, I'm Isaac Agurwin Abande. I go by the username Agurwin Isaac. I'm also a team member for the Kusaal Wikimedia community. Thank you.
Thank you too, and welcome to the workshop. And I'm seeing Regina Poisana. Poisana, if it's Poisana. Please let me know if I got the name correct.
Yes, it's Regina Pasana Anaba.
All right, all right.
I'm from Garu. I'm with Kusaal Wikimedia community.
All right. Thank you so much, Regina. And Linus Conco. Linus Conco, are you there? Okay, can we move to iPhone? Okay, Linus, let's hear from you. I saw you open your microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Linus Conco from a member of the Ghana Wikimedia.
Thank you so much. The name, Concord. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, Global Open Initiative Foundation. If Abigail, if you are there, can you please introduce yourself? Okay, it looks as if it's on the iPhone. I can only say iPhone because I don't know if it's a password. Wow, a lot of people are joining today and it's amazing. Okay, the iPhone. So I think we can go ahead and start the training because we've done a lot of introduction. So the facilitator, please, over to you.
All right, Shimawa, thank you so much for taking the steps to introduce everyone. Okay, so we're going to start with the article creation. And but if you open to our Kusaal webpage, I think so please can you control the background for me? Please, if you are joining, you mute your speaker for us, okay?
Okay.
All right, so like I said earlier, this is the interface for the Kusaal Wikipedia page. So If you want to create an article, let's say a new article, there are two ways you can do that. Either you come to this box you see here, you click there and type the kind of article you want to create, the title or the name of the article. Or if you are not sure of the article being created already, you can go to the search button, which is at the top. You can come to the search button here. Some of you, when you open the interface, your listening is in Kusaal language. So you come to where they say EM. This is the search button. You come here and search. So we are going to create an article of a house. A house in Kusaal is year. So you first of all type your year to see if it is already in existence or not. So when you type in this way, you see the pop-up articles. We have year Tipson, and then Yidana Sakri. I think this one is a human being name. And then Hilo Krobo. So it means that what we are going to create is not found on the Kusaal article or Kusaal Wikipedia. So when you search, you see that the drop down, you don't see anything like here, there, house. So it means that we can go ahead to create the house for Kusaal. So you can go ahead to create, or you go back to the drop down box, and then you create your article from there. So let's go back there. All right, so if you tap here, you can now come to the create page, and then you click it. All right, so this is how you see your screen look like. So it means that we are going to create a new article, which is called Year in Kusaal, that's house. So you come to the space provided here, you click, you use your, I think most of us are not new to creation of article, but have to go that way. So you put your cursor here, or you tap it if you are using mobile phone, then you can now create your article with your keyboard. You type, but I've already have the article. So I'm going to get it from my Word, and then I'll copy it and come and paste it there. So I have my article here. The only thing I need to do is to come and copy it. And then paste it. All right, so this is the first step I can do by, let's say, after finished typing this one, this is my first paragraph about year. And then the next thing is to create section or heading on year or house. But before then, let me just do this one before we continue. We have the year here. Year is the heading or the title of our article. So we have to bold it. So when you highlight it, you come to the B on top to click on it. Then it will give us, sorry, I was supposed to create. So I'm on create source. So I have to go back to create or edit. All right, so this is where we are supposed to do the creation. So you see that when I create, press on the bold, the here has changed to bold letters. So that is how we are going to start it. And then the next thing is to create your section or your heading. So you can, if you look at the top here, this is paragraph. If you don't want to type finish creating your article before you do your arrangement, you can come to the section or the paragraph side. You click on it, it will give you a drop down. Then you go, if what you are going to do is a heading, then you click on the heading. If it is a subheading, you click on the subheading. So a subheading is a heading under a title under a heading. So if you have something that like that, you can come to the subheading one. If maybe you have many subheadings, so you can come there. If not, you go to the heading, then you click to give you a drop down there. I think I have to go back to my Word to copy my article. So I have this one there. I think let me just paste everything. All right, so this is my full article. This one like this is a heading. So what I need to do is either I highlight it or I tap behind the sentence or the heading and come to the paragraph. Then you scroll to where the heading is. You click on it. See that it will, that whole sentence there will highlight, and there's a line under it, which means that that one is a heading. So the rest of it down there is talking about what is on top here. Pianamo Zamso. All right, so from there, we move to the next one, which is another heading. So this one, I'm going to highlight it. You highlight it, then you go back there and click on the heading. The next one you see down there is a subheading. Book. So the first one, the heading there is Meeblatt. So that one is a heading. Under it is a subheading for the heading up there. So we need to also click on that one to create our subheading. So you scroll to your subheading and then you click on subheading. All right, so that one too has been created as your subheading. You see that that one is different from the heading. Then another one is here, which is also heading. That's subheading 2. All right, so when we come to the next one here, we also have the same thing. And then let's go to the last part, which is going to talk about the Bamvensa. Reference in Kusaal, we call it Bamvensa. So let's assume that this is the end of my article. So what I need to do is to create my reference heading. So that one too is heading. You can go straight to tap on your heading, and then you come and write it. Sorry, I think I'll edit this one later. My laptop, I think I've lost my keypad, the Kusaal key letters. So this is my Gwanvensa. So after doing this one, I'm done with creating my article. Sometimes if you are using a laptop that is plugged directly to your socket, you need to publish it before you continue. Maybe something might happen to it and you lost everything. I forget to do that. So after you have finished creating your article, you come to the top right corner here. You see the blue highlights, that's publish. Then you click on it. So after clicking on this one, this menu will pop up. Summary menu will pop up. They say describe what you change. So you have to tell us what you have done. And what we did right now is creating of article. So I will type created new article. Then I'll go ahead to publish it. All right, so our article has been created and this is how it will look like. So in case you want to continue editing, you want to add links to your articles or you want to add reference or whatever you want to start doing on your article, you need to come to edit. We have edit here. You have to change it to edit in order to edit. Otherwise, where it is right now is on read mode. You cannot edit anything. We also have, when you go to the headings, we also have edit there and then edit source. So you can edit on this particular space here. You can edit on only that particular passage by clicking here, or you click on the whole thing here to continue your edit. You can also click edit source, especially when you want to add Wikidata or you want to add category. You can also click on that place to add them. So before we move on, I want to pause here. If you have a question, you ask and we continue. We can also add links before we go to reference and then Wikidata if there is a time. So I want to pause here for questions. Thank you.
So Winnie, you can go ahead with the reference and we have we have 1 hour for this particular. I mean, so we still have about 30 minutes. So if you, or maybe when we are left with 50 minutes, we can use that for questions and other stuff.
All right. But in case someone is having the okay, so
now Jemima, in case the time is happening, you know, my network is very unstable and it off. So in case the time is happening, you don't see me, maybe you can go ahead and
all right.
Sure.
So
All
let
right.
me,
Sure.
okay. All right, I think we can move on to add some few links. We can link them and then we'll move on to another session. Abande, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so prepare. When I finish the linking, you add the reference and we'll go. All right, so I'm on edit mode. I'm going to add link. So I'm going to link some of the words. So when you finish creating your article, you have to go through, maybe there are certain names there you want to link them. And linking them, note that those links that you are going to create, it should be able to create as an article. So we have parsa. When you come here, we have something we call parsa. That is the logs. So you can highlight that one. You can highlight this one. And then I'm deciding to link this one, or to create this one as a link. So what I need to do is to come to this symbol you see here. Then I'll tap on it. So when you tap on it, I think this one is something that we cannot find it on the English Wikipedia. So what you need to just do is to add it to your link. So this one has been created as red link because we cannot find it on the English Wikipedia or Kusaal Wikipedia. So after you link it, either you go ahead to publish it, or you can link as many as you want before you publish them. So let's publish this one. All right, so note that anything that you do and you want to publish, they will give you summary for you to write what you have done. So here we are going to describe what we have just changed, which is added link. So added link, a link. All right, so when you publish it, it will go back to read mode. It will go back to read mode. So you can't just go straight to do your editing. Now, when you come down here, you see that the parser has been linked. So when you click on this one, it will send you to a different site where you need to write about it. But there are other ways here. When you click on them, you cannot even see any clicking. But this one, when you click it, it will send you to different sites to either create, or maybe it will be already there. So when you click, you see the information under it. If there's no information, it will give you a free space or empty space to create your article on it. So that is all about adding link. I think that one, you can just do it if you want to add many links. You can highlight them, then you publish later. Or you highlight one, link it and publish, then you come back to edit and do that again. So I think the one link is enough for us. So Abande, as we wait for questions, can you go to the English Wikipedia to get your reference, to reference this for us? Any question?
Okay, please, this is Ruth. I want to know much about the editing side. It's like you said, you cannot go straight and do some editing. I don't know. I was having some network problems. I didn't get that very well. So I will be happy if you can go back to the editing side and then the added link.
All right. So when you come to this portion, here we have page discussion. And then when you go further here, you see that the line is under the read. It means that this article is under read mode. So if it is on read mode, you cannot do any changes on it.
Okay.
You cannot do any changes on the article. So you need to click, you need to go to the edit. When you tap on edit, it will give you edit mode, you'll be able to edit your article. Or you can also use edit source if you are familiar with the symbols and whatever you have there. And sometimes we use the edit source to add our Wikidata and then categories. I think who are good in editing, they can also use the edit source. But for us, we can only use that one for the Wikidata and then the category. So you have to click on edit.
Okay.
Yes, so when you click on edit, you see that it will now turn to black.
Yeah.
So when you click any part of the article, it will give you space to edit. So you see that your cursor is here. It means that when you are going to write, you can write. But when it's not on edit mode, you cannot write anything. I hope you are okay.
Yes, please. I'm okay. Thank you.
And then since you said something again,
yes, added link.
Added links. Link. Okay. So that one to the same thing, you have to go to edit mode. You click on your edit mode. Let's say this one, Bensa. Can you see Bensa here?
Bensa, yes.
Yes, this one you can create it as an article. So let's say you want to link this one. You highlight it. Then you come to this this interface here. You see, we have paragraph, we have the bold letter there, we have this one.
Yeah.
Can you see this symbol?
Yes, yes, please.
That's the link. So you click on that one. So when you click on it, this one will give you a drop down. So they say page does not exist yet. You can go straight to done, and then you click on it. So when you click on this place, you see it here red. So you come to the publish. The top right corner there. You press on publish. What have we just done, Madam Ruth?
We have added a link.
All right, so you go to your e-letter, the keyword. Then
okay.
All right, so you click, you added a link.
Okay.
Publish. As soon as you publish, you will see it here in red. So if you click on it, it will send you to a different site. So after publishing, you see that it will turn to the read mode. So it means you cannot do any editing here. That was what I was explaining. I hope you have heard.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So Madam Ruth, let me just add this. In order to make your article a quality article, it's advisable to come back and create the link for the Quarisa and then the other one. So you come back and create an article for it. You can see that it's red.
Yes.
If you want your article to look better, so you can create an article for these words that have been highlighted in red. So when you create an article for it, then the color will change.
Okay.
So, the color will change. So it's important. You don't just leave it like this. I mean, you have to come back and do it so that it will look more better.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, engineer, for your contribution. So like what engineer just said, you can click here to create directly, or you go back to the home page.
Okay.
To create by typing the name there. But it is advisable to come to this place to just click on it to create a new article for it. Any other question?
So when you
click the last one.
Click let's see.
All right. So when you put your case there, you see that it has given you All right, so this is what it says. It means that there is nothing there, there's no information there. So you now come here and then you create your new article.
So,
You write
so
your new
Winnie,
article.
so Winnie, just type something and let's see, so that it will let's give a better picture of what we're talking about.
All right. So I've finished typing my article, so I'm going to publish it. All right, so Ruth, you see that this one has been changed to green.
Yeah.
That's
Red,
apple,
green,
not blue.
blue. So it means that it has been created as an article. So when you click the information that we type there, you see it. But when you come to this one, it's still red.
Okay.
So the blue link here means that it has been created as an article, or there is an information.
So,
Sobe.
no, we need me and up was so covered them Zanoron.
Okay. Abande, are you ready?
Yeah, I think we can go.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you share yours.
All right, wait, 9 minutes to go.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Mayiniao.
I hope I'm good to go.
Yes, you are good to go.
All right, so thank you very much for taking us through how to create an article. So this is the article we have just created, and I'm happy people are asking and ready to contribute. So as part of Wikipedia, you don't just create anything. Why do I say anything? Once your work has no references or links that people can get to be sure that the information you shared is correct, then it's considered as anything. So after creating an article, you need to add the references. And that is why our facilitator just informed us that once you are writing, you're supposed to include Bamvesa, that is references to your article. Now, when you open an English article, you'll see that below the references, there are so many links that you have. Others too are just scanty depending on how the article looks like. So we want to quickly go to how do we also add references to our Kusaal articles. You see that below the Bamvesa, there's nothing there. But if we finish adding our references, we will have something there. So the first thing I think we do is, Madam Regina.
yeah, my network went bad a bit. I want to find out if we have gone through, what is it, adding categories, or it's yet to be done.
No, please, we have not done that. We just finished with adding the links and we want to look at how to add references.
Okay, thank you.
So maybe if time permits us, we'll look at how to add the category. All right, so thank you.
Okay.
So I was saying we need to add references and our time is short. So I quickly go to the reference. Now, you see that because the Kusaal one, we said yir and a dog be a labane kabame. So where did you get the information to write? That is what we talk about when we mention references. So there are some references that are attached to the English article from which the Kusaal one is gotten. Now we want to look at those that already exist, the references that already exist in the English articles. Maybe possibly if there's time or some other time, we look at how to get references outside the English articles. So there are several ways, but what I want us to look at is, I would suggest you divide your screen into two. Then you have the English article on your left, then the Kusaal one on your right. But before you do that, you are going to work on the Kusaal one. So you first of all, let it be at edit mode. So you first of all tap on your demism. That means you are going to work on the article. So you tap on it. All right, so this gives me the chance to now work on it any way I want. So I share my screen, my laptop screen into two, with the English one on the left and the Kusaal one on the right. But the position doesn't matter. It depends on how you want to position it. Now, you see that when you come to the English article, after writing a house is what to this point, you see 1 and 2. So this 2 tells you that the information above here, these are the links that when you go to, you can make reference to, into where this information is gotten from. So if you also want to do same, or we as it stands, we want to do same to the Kusaal one. So we trace through and see where are these numbers supposed to be placed in our Kusaal article. We don't just insert it anywhere because we see that they are there. So we also want to insert them. We should know the corresponding place that those numbers are supposed to be before we insert them. So if you look at it, I think electrical, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. So if you also read through, you realize that this is where the article, the reference is supposed to be. That is the end of that information. So when the information ends, you put the reference there. So this is where the reference is supposed to be. So after identifying it, you come back to the English article. Now, as I said, there are several ways you can do it. We have the simple way, but with a simple way, when you do it, the reference wouldn't look like the English one. So it is always advised that our article should be at the standard of the English one. Now, the reference that we are on, they have not also indicated the link to which they got the information, even though they have given us where they got it, but the specific link is not indicated. So we want to have the same thing replicated in the Kusaal one. So if you get to the number, you just stand or place your cursor on top of the number. Then you have a drop-down arrow or drop-down menu. So when that happens, you scroll up or you send your cursor up to where the work is, then you copy the whole thing. Now, after copying, you come to the Kusaal one. Remember, this is where we are supposed to add our reference. So after you locate the place, you come to this side. First, we have paragraph. We have the capital A representing the style. Then we have the link here, the link icon or button. Then the next one is Makem. Makem. That is what we want.
Please, I can't hear from you.
All right, so.
Or is the network?
But I hope it's better now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So you come to Makem. Then you tap on the drop-down arrow. Now, after tapping on that, you see that there's one, how do I put it? There's a link here. And there's also one that is below, but that one is not, you cannot work on it because it is still, or you are just starting the reference. So you come to this, tap on it, then it will open a page for you. Now remember, we copied this one. We copied the information here from the number 1. So we are going to paste it on the box that just opened. And so I paste it. Now, normally, when you copy it like this, you are supposed to come back here for them to show you the link. Then you copy the link again. But under this reference, they did not indicate that link. So we have to leave it like that. Maybe the next one will get more information about it. So after pasting it, I come to question. Then you see that the number has appeared as it also appears here. So if there are other references I want to add, I will choose to add them, and after that I publish. If this is the only reference I want to add, then I come to publish. Now remember, anything you do, you have to publish before it will take effect. Now, before you...
The second one then before you publish, because there are 2. So you continue with the second one.
All right. So we want to add the second one before we just publish. So you send the cursor to just immediately after the one, then you come back to the English article again. Then you put your cursor on the 2. After you put your cursor on the 2, you drag it up. Then you copy the entire, whatever you see there. Now, when you are copying, you need to be careful because your mouse can let you copy other things that may not be useful. So after copying, we come back to Markham, yes. So you tap on Markham. Now, the first time we tap on Markham, you saw that this one was the only one that you could have access to. This one was not, let me say it was blurred, signifying you cannot work on it. So on that, and the first, you are adding the article for the first time. So you use singer. Then maybe you want to reuse a reference that you have added already. So you come to Lenoketum. So you're going to take another reference that you already added. But this one is a new reference we are adding. So we tap on Lenoketum, singer. Then remember, we copied this information. So we come and paste it here. Now, there's something we need to look at here. If you put your mouse or your cursor on the 2, you realize that we have housing papers. It's in blue, but when you come to the Kusaal one, it is just black like the other writings. So what you will do is, after placing your cursor on it, drag your cursor up, then you go to where the housing papers are. When you then place your cursor on it, then you right click. This time around, you are copying link. Some people may not see link, but when you see copy link address, they are both referring to the same thing. So remember, we are copying the link. Now let me take that again. We want to be sure that, okay, this one too, you can go to where the references are. These are the references. So here we want to make sure that the housing purpose in the English is blue. So we also want to do same for the Kusaal article. And I said to do that, you come to the housing purpose. You could do it here or where the work itself is. Then you right click. Then you come to copy link, or in your case, it may be copy link address. They are both referring to the same thing. So I copy the link. Now it is only housing purpose that is in blue. So in order to also get it like that here, I highlight housing purpose. Remember when we're adding the links, we said that this is the button for link. You see the chains that have hooked each other. And the Kusaal form is when you stand or you get to that one, you see Tonger. Another option is you can press Control K to get it. So I click on the link. After clicking on it, I don't do anything. I just paste the link address that I copied. Then after I paste it, I come to Zamesia. Then I tap on it. Then I tap anywhere. Then you see that housing purpose is blue here. Housing purpose is also blue here. Now, if you look at the reference, you still have the original. It's also in blue, but when you come to the Kusaal one, the original is in black. So we need to also change the original to blue color. So you come to the original on the English article, then you right click, then you copy the link. Then you come back to your Kusaal article, you highlight the original. Then you tap on the link. And after tapping on it, you paste the link address that you copied from the English article. And so when you paste it, you come to Zamesia again. Then you see that both links are now blue. You see it here in the English article, both are blue. When you also come to the Kusaal one, both are also blue. So you place them here. Then you realize that the 1 and 2 that are following each other in the English article, they are also following each other here. But you should take note and make sure that they are found at the position that they are supposed to be. So after you do this, you come to publish. Usually, whatever you do, you need to tell viewers or everybody what you did. So describe what you changed. I have added reference, so I'll write I added references. I added references is here. So I palm just banabe. So I palm just banabe. So myam malawana na. Or after this, you see that in the English article, you have 1 and 2 following. They are in blue. So I want to take you to the references below here. This is our Banvensa. So you see that before we did it, there was nothing here. But after we inserted them, they appear here. So this is how to do the reference, though it's a little bit technical. There's movement of front and back. You go to your English article, then you come back to your Kusaal article. So you have to do that in order to be able to do your reference. And if there's anything you want to clarify or ask, you are permitted. I think we have exceeded.
So, but I think you have to stop your our time is already up. If anybody has,
yeah, that's what I did.
This one is creation.
So if the question you want to find out,
the links and references is enough. I think this maybe we can do the rest. Ijimama.
Yeah, hello. I'm here.
Or maybe she wants to add us more time.
Our time is up now. We don't.
Yes. So
let's respect the time. We are not going to add any time, please.
All right.
Any
All
question to
right.
ask?
Thank you. Okay, so I want to say a big thank you, but then before that, can we ask people if they have questions? If they don't, then we can go ahead and call it a day.
Okay.
Does anybody have question? I'm seeing Ruth and Principal Boy. Their microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
hear?
Okay. Principal Boy is talking.
Mm.
My name is
Okay.
Scott. With the references, I want to know, is it that you can only pick the references from the English version, or maybe if you have any other reference you can add?
All right, so let me respond to that. For the referencing, except you did not get the article from the English one, because if you got your article from the English one, that means the sources they cited or they got their information, you have to also go by that. But if you created your own article, maybe you know where you got your information from. So you can cite those sources. Another option is maybe if you have seen the sources they cited, but I prefer that once we are using the English one, it's better we also go by the references that they use in order to be safe or not to doubt whatever we are putting across. Thank you. I hope this answers your question.
So to add to the question he asks, the information on Wikipedia can always be updated. So for instance, if the house article that we converted into Kusaal, if you have an information to be added to the house article, which is in English, you can add it. These articles were created by people, and the links, the references were added by people. You can always go and add that information, and then add your references from wherever you have. It's just like writing your thesis. You know, wherever you pick your information, you need to add the reference. It's just the same thing. So if you are creating, for instance, if you are creating an article which is not on Wikipedia for Kusaal, and you have the information from somewhere or published in a newspaper or something, and you can go there, pick your reference there, and then insert it in wherever you want to insert it. You don't necessarily have to go and look for it on Wikipedia. But if you are taking the article from Wikipedia, you have to go there, pick your references there. And if aside the information on Wikipedia, the English Wikipedia, if you have additional information to add to the article, which is not on the English Wikipedia, I think it is allowed, but you have to also add the reference from where you got your, what do you call it, your information. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, our facilitators. Thank you. Principal Boy, I hope your question has been answered. And also, I saw Ruth, your microphone was on. Do you have a question?
Please, I wanted to know, like, the references. I've understood it very well, but like, assuming you yourself, you sat down and then created I don't know whether you can do, you yourself, you can use your mind to create something on the Wikipedia and publish it there. So assuming you are using your own creative or your own knowledge to do it, after that, how do you reference, or how do you do it? Or it is not accepted in Wikipedia? That's my question.
So let me briefly answer your question. And it depends on the information you are writing. For instance, if you are writing something, I don't know what is there that is not on Wikipedia, but if it is something on Kusaal Wikipedia, I think it is allowed if you don't have anything on what do you call it, on the English one. Like for instance, maybe traditional stuff that we don't have them on the English one. It is allowed to write in Kusaal. But what we are doing is that we are encouraging, whilst we are writing these articles, we are also encouraging that these stories or these information we put in the Wikipedia, we should try and put them in a written form, like publish it in other websites that we can always reference. So we, as part of training we'll be doing this year, we would want to find a way of getting these articles published on other portals, like news portals, where we can get a reference and make our articles more, make it better for readers, so that they can always reference to wherever we pick the information. But for now, if you don't have the article on English Wikipedia, it's allowed to put it on the Kusaal one. Yeah, for now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Ruth, and thank you, our facilitators, Heaven Gate, and we now thank you all for joining us. I hope we don't have questions again. I think they have answered all your questions. Feel free to ask any question on the page. Feel free to contact your project leaders, your language community leaders, if you don't understand anything, and we are all here to help. So please feel free to ask questions on the page and it will be answered for you. Thank you again for joining us this evening. And on this note, I want us to close for the day. We have closed, but then the real event has actually begun, because we are done with the workshop, and I am so proud of this group, because let me just clap for the language community leaders. You have all done well, but then Kusaal, you have impressed me, because your turnout today is so impressive. I didn't know that we'll get this number of people joining from Kusaal, but you've done well. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining us. And from tomorrow going, we are going to send all communication materials like flyers, audiovisuals for you, so that we all can put it on our social media pages to promote the AfroCuration event. And once you post it, you hashtag AfroCuration Ghana 2025. I believe together we can make this whole thing happen. And I also believe that a year to come, this event, we are going to bring in more people from different regions and not just language leaders. Because I remember last 2 years when we had AfroCuration, we couldn't bring the other community members from different regions. But this year, by God's grace, we are doing that. And we hope that moving forward, the people, we will get money to, support people to come, other community members to also join us. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.